Darren, defeat here at Vale Park, your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, obviously disappointed with the result. Disappointed because 2 set plays, what's cost us the game today. So really disappointing with that. To concede the game and lose the game on 2 set plays is bitterly disappointing. Because today we had enough chances to win the game, in both halves of the pitch in general play. But there comes a time when set plays are given that we have to do our jobs better than what we're doing at the moment, and that's what's cost us today.
You mentioned there the set plays. It goes back to something we've said over the past couple of weeks. It's the manner in which we concede, giving ourselves an uphill battle, going two goals down. What do you say to the team at half time? Because the second half performance was a better performance than the first.
Yeah, no, we spoke about at half time about the team being tentative and taking a step backwards. So we spoke about them pushing higher up the pitch and being on the front foot. And they did that second half. And they showed a lot of desire really in terms of the second half performance. But when you're giving silly, sloppy goals like that away, you do give yourself a mountain to climb, and it's something at the moment, Dan, that we have to overcome. It's a hurdle that we have to overcome. I'm not going to say it's not a problem, because it is, and it's a hurdle that we have to overcome, and we'll have to overcome it together, and we will overcome it together. But at the moment, it's something that we need to address.
How do we overcome something like that? Because it's a reoccurrence. It's something that we've spoken about quite regularly post-match between us. It's a frustration that's shared by you, by the supporters. How do we overcome something like that?
Yeah, it's, and I know you can't replicate a situation when it happens on a match day, but it is practicing it consistently in training, and putting the players in situations where they're under extreme pressure to come through that and keep replicating that in training as best as you possibly can, and we'll continue to do that, because it's something that a manager will stand there and show frustration, because usually set plays, it just comes down to concentration. That's the element of it. And when you look at it today, we've been done by just lapses of concentration and people switching off, and that's what we have to do. So you can replicate that in training. You can do as much as you can in training. We can step in the classroom and show analysis, come to group discussions, individual discussions, which we'll continue to do until we overcome this hurdle that we're faced with at the moment.
The changes you made during the game, one of them made a huge positive to the match. Bailey DePepper scoring his first professional goal as well. As a young lad coming in a difficult period of the club, he's still kind of shone bright, hasn't he? And he's getting better.
He is getting better, and because he's 17, playing, we're managing his minutes, he's getting into games. We spoke about earlier about these young players coming in and playing with a fearless attitude, and Bailey's doing that at the moment. I'm so pleased. He played against Fleetwood, he showed promise and signs, he's come on today, he's brought us back into the game, and I thought for one so young, he's leading the way really. But that's the fearlessness that these young players that we have at the football club are giving us, and it's probably what we need at the moment, in terms of players being on the front foot. But today we're just disappointed with the result, because everything was set and geared today for us coming here, being at home to look to try and capitalise on a performance and a win, but we didn't get it today because lapse of concentration have cost us today.
A couple of people missed out in the squad. Mitch Clark wasn't involved, Casper Lapata, 2 names that came up. Can you give us an update on those that did miss out?
Yeah, Mitch Clark suffered a setback in training on Thursday, so he was missing today, was on the bench. Casper just wasn't in the squad. And Lofty as well just wasn't in the squad. So, but all those, depending on Mitch where he's at for Tuesday, should be fit and available today.
Looking ahead to Tuesday then, and I know it's difficult after the result to now go, we've got to look at Tuesday, use the power of the supporters as well, do a great again leading into the game. We go again on Tuesday. Is that the message to the support to the players?
Yeah, no, the message to the players, the message to the players is we need to get better at what we're doing, and that's what we have to do. That's been the message straight to the players. The message to the supporters is, you've been magnificent, and again today you were a credit to yourselves. And as a manager, I stood in that technical area and you sung your hearts out for the team and pushed us on. And when we got us back into the game, you kept it on right the way to the end. So thank you very much, because in terms of the post-match notes, you did exactly what was asked of you today. So credit, and we'll need that from now to the end of the season. That's credit to yourselves. For the players, it's just that we need to continue to get better in terms of the in-ball play and certainly the set plays.